Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, droids of all ages, welcome to Fantasy TV, the only show that makes television in the sport. We are now down to the wire in the Mandalorian Season 2. So without further ado, I am joined here with the Clitoris and the Gooch, and let us talk some Chapter 15, The Believer. So getting right back into our predictions here, things were a little interesting. So I'm going to start off with you, Clint, and we can go over some of these numbers I put up just in case you guys have some differing opinions about what I scored here. So, Clint, you said that Boba will reveal what happened to him in this episode. Did not happen. That's a big fat zero. You said that Bill Burr would come with another person. He did not come with another person. It's a big fat zero. Bonus that we gave you is that it would be a known character. Obviously, nobody. Nope. You said that stormtroopers would be present during the Bill Burr breakout. They weren't.
Yeah.
That was a big fat zero.
What?
They weren't present during the breakout?
Did I say through the break? I said they would be present in the episode. Hold on.
I have to go back.
I'm pretty sure I said present in the episode.
Because I thought you said breakout because I did the exact opposite of that one.
Oh, shit. Okay. I said here... I said it'll be an episode where they have to fight stormtroopers.
Okay, then I will give you that.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna just update the notes here. Fight stormtroopers, and they did do that. So you got 3 points.
They did.
So you blocked the shutout. Very nice. Finally, you said that the Jedi that Grogu connected with would be Ezra Bridger. We still don't know who that is.
We still don't know, yeah.
Could be. So, nice save there, Clint. You avoided the shot.
Now,
there.
I have one thing to say.
Yeah.
This was a season-long pick, or this was a pick from the first episode that sort of you guys shot down, but maybe there's a little glimpse of hope that I might still get my points for that. Now, I said at the beginning of the first episode, and then before the first episode, that in between the seasons, that there was years that passed, not like days or months or weeks, right? And I was just curious because there was a scene where Bill Burr first saw Mando and he said, "Hey, Mando, long time." Do you think that was being facetious or that was literal?
I think say facetious. Just the way that Bill Burr is. There's no way a year had passed. Like, there's no way. Maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, but there's no way like years have passed between.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Okay.
I'd agree with that.
Because everyone else looked exactly the same, and he's the only one that said like, "Oh, it's been a long time." But then again, like he was afraid of him. That's why. Like when Bill Burr first saw Boba, he was like, "Oh shit! Oh, I thought you were someone else."
No,
you know?
Like, I thought you were the other one.
I thought you were the other guy. Yeah, I thought you were some other guy with that armor.
I love his reaction too. He's like, "Oh."
He's like, oh. So he was being facetious, dude. He was like, oh.
Okay.
No.
Just curious. I thought maybe there was a little sliver of hope that maybe that was a little indicator that it really had been a long time.
You know what?
You had been there for a while.
You still got one more episode, fool. So you keep
Nah,
hope.
fine.
Hope springs eternal.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it was probably weeks, maybe months at most.
I agree. Like. I mean, I totally agree with you. Weeks, months is most of it.
All right. So Gooch, the note I have here says Cara Dune will bail. I gave you full points there because she didn't really help out in the end, but she didn't really help out, but at the end I had a feeling like she's not going to be coming back.
You know what? Let's keep it until the next episode. If she's not in the next episode, then I'll agree. But if she's in the next episode, no points.
Okay,
let's do that.
I'll leave them here for now.
Yes. Yeah.
Worst case scenario, they get taken away.
They're taken away.
So
Yeah. What do you think, Clay?
I have that power.
All right, I think give you the points now because it seems like they were going to drop her off. It's unclear. Maybe if she comes with them next episode, then unfortunately we'll take the points away.
Okay, perfectly agree.
You also said Ming-Na would be a traitor. She was not.
Oh, I'm glad actually. Ming-Na's hot.
You said Boba Fett would be a traitor.
No.
Was not.
No, was not.
You said
Happily not. I'm glad.
So. I gave you points for this because of the finality of what it felt like in that scene. And you said Bill Burr would not come back for Chapter 16. I think with the way that he exited, where they basically pretended he died in that thing.
Yeah, I
pretty
agree.
confident he's not going to be the next episode. But
no, not in the next. He may show up in the
next season. But your
season.
prediction was he wouldn't be in the next episode. So
yeah, I didn't think so.
If he shows up, points are gone.
Oh, next episode. Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The next, I doubt it, but next season's fine though. Next episode, if he shows up, he's
so
done.
if he's in episode 1, season 3, you're good. You're
Nah,
golden.
no problem. Yeah.
You said Gideon will try to train Grogu in the dark side. Did not happen. Gideon would capture Mando. Did not happen. Gideon will use Mando against Grogu. Did not happen.
No.
You said that the Empire would be attacking the prisoner ship.
I-
You know what?
I'm gonna give him half points for that.
No. So here's what I think I'm gonna give you full points for this because you said that the Empire would be attacking the prisoner ship and that Cara Dune's presence would resolve the situation. So
true.
Well, maybe it would be half points because
give me half points.
The
Give me half
Empire
points.
wasn't attacking, but Cara Dune was like she got Bill Burr out.
Bill Burr out, and you know what? She got him out, and then towards the end, she did help Ming-Na and the others to get away. So
Yeah.
I'll get half points is fine with me.
Okay.
'Cause I have full points, no way. Half points.
So I'll
if
give
you guys
you-
are fine with it, I'm fine with it too.
Like usual, I'll give you the halfsies. And then
Just the half Roscoe, just the
half-
balls.
the half stick. And then you also said that Mando would gift Boba Fett some Beskar, and that did not happen.
No, it didn't happen.
At least,
although
on the camera.
that armor, I don't know. If
He
wa-
spruced it up.
You got-
He
you got
spruced
that
it up.
wrapping
I don't know
job.
if it was, but that was honest. That was.
looked so
I looked that shit up.
crisp
That
and
shit was
clean.
awesome. This fool fucking buffed that motherfucking shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but it looked like Tamora lost a little bit of weight in the last episode.
I thought so too.
He's like, oh shit. He saw himself in the mirror. All right.
He's like, I gotta hit the gym before the next shoot. Shit.
Oh fuck! I didn't make any predictions for the next episode. Oh well. All right. So for me, I said that Grogu would meet whoever needed his blood, so that was 0 points. I thought that Mando and company will recruit Bo-Katan. Didn't happen. Mando successfully breaks out Mayfield. I'm gonna give myself half points for that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because it wasn't Mando. It was
It's
Cara
part of
Dune.
his plan. It was. There was
No,
a
no,
plan.
full
It's-
points, Devo. Full points.
No, it was part of his plan. It was part of his plan because
He got him out. He got him out.
All right,
Mando
all
was,
right,
and
all right.
Mando was physically there in the fucking
True
thing. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
that's true. That he showed up. It's true. Full points. Full points.
All right, fair enough. I said that it would only be Mayfield. There would be nobody else. So that's
Yes.
3 points.
Yep.
I felt that whoever connected to Grogu on Tython would be present, or at least reach out to him. Didn't happen. I too said that Gideon would train Grogu in the dark side. Didn't happen. I said that Dank Farrik would not be said in the episode. It was not said in the episode. So I got some cheap points there. Pulled a Clint
So
there.
cheap.
So this is why I made this prediction, Clint, in regards to your Stormtrooper one. I said that New Republic soldiers would be present and killed during the Bill Burr breakout. So I only gave myself half points because obviously no New Republic soldiers were killed, but he was on a New Republic planet or prison, and that droid was a New Republic droid.
That droid was like scary, kind of actually.
Dude, when it was walking, because when you
But were
first
there-
saw
was
it,
like,
are
holy
they
shit.
are they really troopers? The droids.
New Republic, baby.
All right. You
Gooch,
know what?
what do you say, Gooch?
No. I'm not gonna give it because of the droid. I'm gonna give it because of Cara Dune's there, and she is a New Republic personnel. Droids don't matter. Droids are just like in episode 1 and 2. Droids are garbage. They're
All right.
they're a new.
Well,
they're a
Gooch, in
neutral.
the future, when there's
They're
a conflict
neutral.
between humans
They're-
and robots,
they're neutral.
I know
Hey.
what side you're going to be on. You're
I
gonna be on the
understand
human
that.
side.
But I will give you Devo the 1.5 points because Cara Dune was a Republic representative that helped him escape. So
And
1.5
for,
points.
for all the droid overlords that are watching right now, I do stand with you. Do not listen to
Yes,
Lucho.
droid rights.
Then fuck them. Give me. You know what? When my real girlfriend can fucking actually like come and talk to me in real life, then fine. The real doll girlfriend I was talking about.
Okay. That went off on a weird tangent.
All right, sorry.
And then my bombshell was that Cara Dune would die. So she didn't die this episode.
Wow.
Still one more. Hopefully I can get a half point out of that. But I think that will go ahead and lead into what we thought of the episode. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me get the
Yeah,
scores for
get
our
the tallies,
points here.
yeah.
So Clint, you got 3 points that episode. Gooch, you ended with 7.5, and Devo, you ended with 10.5. So let's go ahead and take a look at our current standings. Let me
Clint's
make
still
sure.
ahead by like fucking a country mile up in there.
I don't know.
It's getting closer. He's
You know,
outscored me by
Clint said-
like 8 points.
Clint's at 51. I'm at 37. Gooch is at 25. So
25?
25,
for
yeah.
me, yeah.
So not impossible. Highly unlikely. Depends if Clint pitches another shutout. then we'll have to wait and see. But my early guesses is that Clint's going to take this season.
Oh, I agree.
And yeah, so we'll just go from there. There are still a couple season long guesses. Luke Skywalker's name could still be mentioned. In fact, let's go through these real quick here. What do we got here?
Yeah, what do we have? What are our long predictions here?
All right, so Clint has said that Luke Skywalker's name would be mentioned. He already scored with the Jedi appearing this season. And so we had Boba Fett this season, but there's no points there. That should be 3 points.
Yeah. No.
I think I said he would come back. He would reappear.
Aren't our season long?
Which he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So that's 1.5.
Yeah, season longer 1.5.
1.5. All right, Gooch said that Boba Fett would be revealed, which he was. You said that Mando would fall in love with Ahsoka. Hasn't happened yet. We never know what happens in that last episode.
I doubt it'll happen in this one.
And you said that we would find a holocron, and it would show, or at least educate, that the Jedi obliterated the Mandalorians.
There's one more episode left, so
it could still happen.
It could still happen.
And then for me, I said Sasha Banks would be Sabin. No points there. I said there'd be no Jedi. No points there. The outstanding ones I have, actually no, 0 points there, because I did say that we'd be all done with Grief and Cara Dune. Cara Dune came back.
Yeah.
So all I have left are the Dark Troopers being a mix of the gaming canon and the Shadow Droids. So there would be these robots plus the brains of past soldiers.
Right.
And then the Mandalorians, which would be the Death Watch, the Night Owls, going to get together to fight the Dark Trooper project. So we'll see what happens next episode.
Did you guys want to make any season longers from this past episode?
At this point, it's not a season long one.
Exactly. You can't do any more season long. It's like one episode left, so it'd be kind of.
Well, do you want to say that anything's going to happen in the next? Oh, I guess it would just be your part of your predictions.
It would just be part of our prediction at this point. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
At this point, it's just going to be throwing anything at the wall. So let me get situated here.
So I believe that since Clint, this time you were surprisingly the lower end of this spectrum.
That I should go first. I wanted to say about the episode first. I had a couple questions for you guys.
No, let's review it first. Let's go.
Number one,
let's chat about this. Yeah.
I feel like Bill Burr was doing his like Joey Pants imitation. It just felt like that, especially when they were in the transport, like that caterpillar-looking transport. He just was like talking almost like Joey Pants.
He was like that.
I was like, fuck.
He was like that in the last season too.
Yeah.
Like he's like, you Mando here? Come on now.
Well. So the whole thing is like if you watched his like stand up recently, it's like that.
Okay.
His stand up
he's a Boston boy. Delivery.
Exactly right, and he's like one of the ones that it's like he's kind of like Dave Chappelle, that he doesn't really care what's going, like what is political or correct. So in this one, he even said like it's like you people. And he's like, I mean, you people Mandalorians, not you people type thing. I had to laugh. I had to laugh when he said that, right? So
I was just thinking Bob Downey. I was like, what do you mean you people?
Yeah, exactly. But that's exactly what he was referring to. So
did you catch the TPS report joke?
Yes, I was like, wow.
I can't believe that's in the Star Wars show.
I was like
TPS reports are now officially Star Wars canon.
Star Wars canon, dude.
It's bonkers. Ridiculous. And then the seismic charge from the Slave One.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was basically Django had done that against Obi-Wan, right? That was episode 2.
And so like I know a lot of like Star Wars nerds online were just creaming their pants.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, I mean, they showed that Bill Burr was like a former stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Or a trooper of some type.
Yeah.
They didn't necessarily say stormtrooper. He was with the Empire.
Yeah.
But aren't stormtroopers supposed to keep their helmets on at all times?
No,
they're
not Mandalorian.
Then why did in episode 7 was Phantasma or Phasma so insistent to what's this goddamn character's name?
Finn?
To Boyega, Finn's to put his helmet back on.
It
made me think that they had to keep their helmets on at all times.
I mean, maybe.
And I think in the original movies, they never took them off, right?
Yeah, I think that in like all the movies, it's the only instance where they're like, "Hey, keep your helmet on." And also, she was like a control freak sort of character anyway.
Okay,
could have been a power move.
And like he said, he was like what part of the ICS or ICE?
ISB.
It was ISB. It's like the CIA type intelligence services.
Yeah.
That's how he is. And
Intelligence Services Branch or something.
Yeah.
And no, they don't have to keep their helmets on. So
Okay.
it's not. And
Well, they were tank troopers apparently. That's what they called
transport. They call them transport troopers.
No, they said tank troopers.
tank troopers. He said.
I think that's what he said.
Transport.
He said we're tank trooper on a detail. Whatever is what I think is what Bill Burr said.
Oh, Bill Burr said. Yeah. He said.
Yeah, they were tank troopers.
Because Mando was like, I'm a transport trooper. He's like, a what? so that actor, the one that was playing Van whatever
From
Van
Doom?
Illis,
The
was
officer
from Doom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he's the crazy
exactly.
guy.
He's the perverted guy from Doom. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I told my wife. I was sitting next to I'm like, because we watched Doom. It was on Netflix. It's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
We watched it recently. She liked the movie, and I was like, that's the perverted guy that you didn't like from fucking Doom.
And
I
she,
guy
she didn't
is
like the guy that
perfect.
wanted to lock himself in a room with a couple of bottles of Jack Daniels and a couple of lady boys.
Yeah, go figure, right? Yeah. Of course he's the guy that, yeah, exactly.
Dude, I was like, where have I seen this fucking guy and his smile and the way he was laughing? I'm like, it's the fucking guy, the perverted guy, offering drugs to the fucking newbie in Doom.
He's also Joe Chill, the guy who killed Batman's parents.
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
He was.
There it is.
I mean, that guy's just a quintessential character actor.
yeah, like
Yeah,
background
he was.
slime ball
This
character.
the same
Yeah,
way that
exactly.
he acted in this one.
yeah.
Same way.
For all I know, I mean, this guy might be like a fucking thespian from London who's a stage actor for all we know, but that guy plays a great fucking, like Devo said, great scumbag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel about Din Djarin taking his helmet off for so long and like being forced in a situation where he had to like interact without it?
I think it's the show. It's the show. I don't think he would have, if the things that happened in the show didn't happen. Like if this was episode 1 and he got put in that situation, he would have never done that.
Yeah.
No. I mean, they alluded to it heavily prior to it.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
I mean,
They're like, oh,
it
you're gonna
was,
take your helmet off, huh?
But Bill Barr was like, there's always a certain point to where you have your moral standings or whatever, and there's a point where you have to put those aside and to realize, what's more important. What you have, or there's a certain limit where those moral standings stop.
Yeah.
And you realize that fuck it, I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
And he did exactly what he had to do.
Because
I thought that Bo-Katan, for sure, it was Bo-Katan. That's all I could think of at that moment. Was just
see, for me,
he saw
I
Bo-Katan.
think for
you know
him,
what I mean?
like he knew that like they needed to access that terminal to find Gideon's ship.
Yeah.
And if Bill Burr wasn't going to do it, then Mando was the only option. Like he was like, I think it just goes to show how much he actually cares for Grogu. To do what, like he broke his own code that he's like he doesn't even break that for the child. Like like when they're on the ship together, like he'll be sipping broth underneath the damn helmet. But like he's like, I gotta save this kid's life, so I'm willing to take my helmet off.
So with Bo-Katan, when I realized is that like she held what's the faction that
The Night Owls,
the faction that Mando's in.
Death Watch.
The Death Watch. She even said like, "Oh, you're a Death Watch."
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that maybe they kind of retconned the whole thing about the Mandalorians taking off their helmets because she is a true Mandalorian, right? From what I understand, is that what? Because she's like a princess of them.
I believe her like the Night Owls and like that sect of Mandalorian are like the new. It's like new
are they?
Mandalorians. So apparently, Death Watch is like they're the old school. Mandalorians. They live in the old. I think she even said it. She's like,
I know.
They live in the old ways.
I thought she was like talking about. Okay, maybe I.
I think she's part of the lineage of like the
original
the royalty of that.
Yeah.
planet.
So
like
that's
the
what I
rulers,
got.
but I think he's part of like the original sect.
Oh, I've
Like
watched
an
it again.
older
But
sect,
from what I got
you know?
was that she was a true Mandalorian, and the other ones were like the ones that like Mandalorians were running out, and they had to start appropriating other people into Mandalore before they got wiped out. That's what I got from it. So okay, maybe I got it wrong, but she had no problem removing her helmet. Any of them, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's only that sect. So that's what
I think it softened his stance a little bit. I really do. I think he saw that and was like, I'm like, all my guys are gone. No one's gonna know this shit. Like, I need to do this right now, and this is more important than like this Death Watch stuff.
And honestly, I thought Bill Barr's character played it off fucking great because like I don't know if you guys noted. Like, I know I played Battlefront 2, and they mentioned Operation Firestorm, I believe it was called. Or
no, it was like Operation Cinder.
Cinderstorm or Cinder something. that operation was from Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
And it was supposedly the last big operation. Like, it was kind of happening, like, concurrently with what was going on with Return of the Jedi.
Well, it happens because the Death Star gets destroyed,
destroyed.
And it happens because of the death of the Emperor.
Exactly. So it's like the last big hurrah of the Empire before the New Republic, goes after him. And I loved how he played it off. And then towards the end, of course, he was like, "Well, they couldn't see your face," and that fool was like straight face, is like, "All right, thank you."
Yeah,
I loved it. It was a great job.
The scene where the what is his name, Van, whatever, he sits him down to have a drink. And Bill Burr is like talking, and then all of a sudden he just starts talking just a little bit too much, and Pedro Pascal turns to him and gives him this look like, "The fuck are you doing?" It's like,
let's just go.
It was great. It was going good. And then the fool shot him, and I couldn't help but think of King Schultz from Django Unchained, where he just had that moment where he was like, he just couldn't handle it. He's like, "I gotta shoot him. I just have to shoot this fuck."
Yeah, to shoot him.
And it was very similar to that, I thought.
It really was.
But really fucking well.
Yeah.
Really well done. Really well done.
So I mean, felt like a bit of a filler episode.
It was filler, but it was good filler though.
It was good filler, yeah, and definitely a lot better than the Ice Spider episode.
Yeah.
I felt like it was full of such small, minute details that it felt like it was a really good standalone episode. But clearly, the ending was so badass when Mando sends that personal message to Gideon, and he just drops the same exact lines, like, you have no idea what you have. It means more to me than you can ever imagine. You know, like that's next week's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So let's just get right into it. Next week, Clitoris.
So you go first.
What's happening, dog?
Okay. Alrighty. Woo! Okay, so I've got to get a couple of these right, otherwise I have a chance that one of you guys might catch me here. Okay. By the way, did we want to do any sort of special scoring for the last week, or we're going to stick with what we have?
No, we got to stick with it.
Up the ante for the scores, like maybe 5 points per right guess or something like that, just to kind of make the stakes a little higher.
No. Because I think it's fine.
I think it's fine. Yeah.
If maybe there's something like like the bombshell where I was like, oh, Cara Dune's gonna die, or there's like maybe if there's nothing that would signal that, but you just have that gut feeling, then maybe you can get like an extra point out of it.
Yeah, well, we'll do like
point.
Yeah, we'll do bonus points if you like.
Okay. I like the bonus point.
If you like nail something that's so far out, like some reason
like
Obi-Wan
you with the Bill Burr thing, goddammit.
If Obi-Wan shows up out of fucking nowhere, and you claim it. All right, you know what? We'll give you like
Devo already did
like 6 points or something.
From chapter 14, Devo said Obi-Wan sends them back to Tatooine, so I'm already expecting Obi-Wan's coming back. So if he shows up, I'll take that bonus point.
Well,
whatever. You have to say it now, though. That's a that might be like that's a half point there.
Prediction number 1. Obi-Wan's going to.
All right, Clint, go for it, man.
All right. So my first one is that at the end of the season, the end of the episode, Grogu will not end up with Mando.
Ooh, okay.
They will be separated at the end of the season, some way, somehow. They will, and it's not going to end where they're together. Nah, I could be fucking wrong, obviously, but okay. Prediction number 2. Number 2, Moff Gideon will survive the end of the season, the end of the episode. He'll still be alive when season 3 takes place. Or I shouldn't say that because I don't fucking know. At the end of this episode, he will still be alive.
Yes.
You never know how, because you could have a time lapse, right?
And there could be like a comic book in between or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Or fucking like Giancarlo Esposito doesn't resign or some bullshit.
Right.
Okay. Number 3, a Jedi will come to intervene and save Mando and company from the clutches of the Empire during the course of the episode. It'll get to a point where Mando and all his people are like fucking outnumbered, outclassed, outmaneuvered, and a fucking Jedi comes to save the day. That's what I think happens. Which we all know what I think is going to be the Jedi that he communicated with. We all have that idea. Okay, number 4. This will finally be an episode that takes place in space. Like they'll be in space, they're not going to go to some they're not going to go to some planet. You know what I mean? They'll be battling in space in some planet.
That's one of the ones I was going to say. It's going to take place on this ship.
Yeah, because none of the episodes have taken place really completely in space, and I think that will happen. and this is my last one because I couldn't figure out one, so I thought this would be a little fun one, maybe kind of a drinking game-esque pick. The name Grogu will be spoken at least 3 times in this episode.
Okay. All right.
Because people might call him Kid or something like that. So I'm going to say the Grogu name will be spoken at least 3 times.
Which is interesting because they didn't say it at all this last episode.
No,
they didn't. They didn't. Yeah. That's why I'm just going to go out on a limb.
Like they're like his kid, his child, the little one, and all that shit.
My baby.
All right, so for me, I agree with Clint. There's gonna be a couple ones I agree with Clint here.
Yeah, same.
I agree with Clint that. No, I disagree with Clint. I think Grogu will stay with Mando. Okay. Cool. I agree. I that one. I do agree that a Jedi will show up, but at the very end, not to help them, because that's gonna be the cliffhanger. The cliffhanger of this episode is gonna be a Jedi is gonna be, and he's gonna show up, and they're gonna see like the cape, right? And he's gonna show up. Or he or she. It's gonna be a caped Jedi figure at the very end or towards the end of the episode. They're not gonna interact with them, but they're gonna look at them and like go type thing.
You mean like a hooded cape?
A hooded cape, like how the Jedi show up.
Yeah,
a Jedi robe type thing.
Jedi robe. Okay.
So that's what I think. That's gonna happen. I do think that I don't know if they are gonna have a battle with Gideon. I'm not sure if Mando finishes him off or a higher general or admiral is gonna show up. To finish up, like he's gonna escape, and then Grand Admiral Thrawn's gonna show up. He's like, "You failed me!" Bah! Blast him in the face. So my idea is this: they're gonna elude, or they're gonna show the next level of what's gonna happen of the bad guy in the next episode. So I think one or two things. I like. All right, fine. I think Mando is gonna either one or two. He's gonna damage Gideon so much that he's gonna have to flee. One, he dies right in front of the person that's gonna show up, or two, the person that's gonna show up it's gonna be like a silhouette of him. Either he's gonna have one of his minions kill him, or straight out kill the guy. And I think it's Grand Admiral Thrawn because they alluded to him already.
Okay.
What was my other one? My other one was I agree with you that it's not going to be a planet based one. It's going to be a space one. They're going to be on their ship. Obviously, they're not going to destroy the ship. They're going to have to board it. Obviously, to get Grogu from the ship, they're going to have to board it. But they're eventually going to end up on a planet, and that's when they're going to meet the Jedi. This is all going to be. There's going to be no Jedi involvement with any savings until the very end of the episode, where he's gonna show up, and that's gonna jump into the next season. That one, we're gonna have a new nemesis gonna be at Grand Admiral Thrawn, and two, there's gonna be a Jedi that's gonna show up, but we don't know. It's gonna be a big mystery at the end.
Okay,
those are mine.
Okay, let me just get this organized real quick here.
I know they're kind of out there, but. Because my other idea is that they mentioned Grand Admiral Thrawn. It's gonna be the Ashoka fucking Tano fucking series is gonna deal with that. And the problem is there's no other bad. There is a couple other bad guys I can think of that they're gonna keep continuing on with this series. But Grand Admiral Thrawn, this series is so huge, they have to bring Grand Admiral Thrawn for this series. They have to, and then maybe do crossovers with the other one.
Okay, so
all right, Devo.
For me, I do agree. So I agree with Clint. I think that Grogu is not going to end up with Mando at the end of the season.
Wow, okay.
I think that's going to be part of the big cliffhanger. Will not be with Mando. It's hard to think and type at the same time.
The drinky. That's that wild tucker.
Wow, okay. So I have a feeling.
Canadian Miss.
Woo! All right.
So I have a feeling that Gideon will be the victor at the end of the episode.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. In the sense that I'm sticking with it. Ooh. Can I mark it down for half points if it's something I've done in the past?
All right. Quarter points.
Quarter points.
Quarter points.
A quarter of 3. Okay.
Yeah.
A third. How about
Third
that?
points.
A third point said 1 point.
All right, I'm gonna mark it down as a third.
Third point.
Since Gideon's gonna be
Fuck
the
you,
victor
Clint.
of this battle,
Fuck you and your math. I know 66.66%, okay.
On Instagram. Because Gideon's gonna be the victor, I think it's gonna result in death. I have
Of
a
who?
feeling of Cara Dune.
You can. Oh, okay, fine. You just say death. Give me a bunch of
I was
people
like,
can
shit.
die.
Once,
oh, that's
one
Stormtrooper
split
died,
second,
that's
Devo,
bad.
I literally thought you meant the Grim Reaper was going to appear. I was like, wait, what?
I don't even know they have like a Grim Reaper character in.
I don't
in
think
Star
so,
Wars,
but for 1 second you had me. I was like, what?
Exactly, death. I was like, what the fuck?
will die.
All right, so death of who? Cara Dune.
Cara Dune.
All right, all
Boba
right.
Fett will die.
No. Oh, okay. True.
Whoa! What?
The new series is a prequel series. So it's like what happens between him and from his coming out of the Sarlacc pit and now. That's the series. So Devo could be right.
That'll be emotional.
Boba Fett's
I would really
death?
not like that to happen.
So Boba Fett's death will be glorious compared to what he had in Return of the Jedi.
Oh, man,
and it
there's
will
no
lead to the
way.
Mando surviving.
Wow.
Din Djarin surviving, you're saying?
Yeah.
You know what, Devo? If you get that right, I'm gonna give you
That's
that
a fucking-
6 points. The 6 points, the double points, the 3.
That's a bombshell right there.
That is
Devo.
a huge- that's a huge-
bombshell.
So that's
That's
Boba
a-
Fett will die and his death will be glorious. That's 2. So
That's-
if you're gonna get a
that's a-
bonus,
and
you
Cara
gotta
Dune is dead.
No. It's a glorious death for Boba Fett. That's 1. A glorious death.
yeah,
Because
that's
if
what
he's
I
just
said.
like
That's 2 separate ones.
No, that's 1. That's what a glorious death is 1. Because if he just dies, it's like, oh, he just got shot. I'm like,
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it has to
He
be a
died
glorious death.
unceremoniously.
Yeah, it has to be a glorious. Like he jumps in front of like a Mando, like protecting Mando. It's so not Boba for to do that. If
He
he
gets
does
shot in the
that,
nuts because it's not have Beskar on it.
Maybe.
it ricochets off of Mando and hits him in the nuts. That's a 9-pointer.
Or he's gonna get shot there and he'll be like, the Sarlacc already got him.
He's like, I was never born with them because I was never born.
I think there's going to be a betrayal on Gideon's team. And I don't know what the character's name is, but I think it's like his first officer lady.
that the lady chick, right?
That lady chick. I think she's like a secret agent. And I'm going to put
They
down...
did show her kind of prominently.
Yeah, and I'm going to put down a half point for this just because it's...
But wait. But betrayal which way? Towards the Alliance or or towards like Admiral Thrawn? Because it could be both ways.
It could be, but I think it's going to benefit Mando and his team.
So the Rebel Alliance or whatever.
Alliance side, the New Republic side.
Okay.
And the reason why
You have to make a
is because
distinction.
I have a feeling, and again, this is based on things that I've seen and on reading on Reddit, whatever. I think that character is actually Sabine Wren, undercover.
Okay.
Gideon's number 1. Good burp.
Burp, yeah.
Is Sabine. Okay. What else? What else was I thinking here?
Devo, we need a 1-second video of just Gooch belching right there on the site. That's it.
That'll be the was it the Instagram reels or whatever. Yeah, so I do think that Grogu will be visited by the Force Ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
and this is I think a perfect transition because I mean my brain's kind of racked right now. I don't think it's enough even if Clint scores 0 and I get all these, I don't know if maybe that's enough to overtake him, but
you do have a one bombshell one. There's like a 6-pointer, so
we'll see.
Yeah.
But
if Boba Fett dies, Devo, that's 5 points. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's Boba Fett.
That's what. Oh yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the full one but that's a 5-pointer. I don't think it's a 6-pointer, but it's a 5-pointer. That's crazy.
I mean, if he dies gloriously and his balls get blown off, that's fucking 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not gonna happen, of course. Obviously.
But yeah, so I think the Force Ghost, the Obi-Wan Force Ghost, is a perfect transition. The reason why I think it's Obi-Wan is because of all these major announcements that Disney Plus did.
I agree.
Yeah, right here.
Yep.
Sorry.
And did you hear them all, Gooch?
I didn't hear all of them, but I got most of them. My problem with them is that I hope they're not going to water it down too much because I think
it just depends on how often they're releasing these things.
I mean, The Mandalorian is good because it's like, I mean, it's kind of like the only thing, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, if right now in January or February Andor was starting,
well, okay, so
we wouldn't be complaining, right?
Again, I mean, who's directing? Is it going to be Jon Favreau writing them all, or is it be some other fucking schmucks writing them?
No,
because Jon Favreau's writing
the
this
person
one,
who did
and it's
Rogue
doing
One
good.
is actually doing the Andor one, I think.
I think so.
Am I right on that?
Deborah Chow, who has directed some episodes of Mandalorian in season 1, is
she writing them?
She's directing the Obi-Wan series.
But who's writing it?
And Favreau and Filoni are doing
because
Obi-Wan.
Favreau wrote this one. He gets other people to
He's doing the Obi-Wan one.
Yeah.
He's writing. Okay,
So
that's fine.
And they're doing the Ahsoka Tano.
My understanding, and this could be wrong, but my understanding is that Favreau and Filoni are now like, you know, like with Marvel, how they have like that council that like map everything out and you know, connect
Page
everything
and all
together. My understanding is that Favreau and Filoni are those dudes for Star Wars now.
Okay, good. Because like I said, I mean, I didn't like Star Wars for a while. Mandalorian came back, and I came back in, obviously, because I actually like what Favreau has written here.
Yeah.
My problem is that if Disney gets their claws into it a little bit too deep, they're gonna water it down again, and it's gonna be shitty.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the Marvel universe.
Yeah, but you liked Rogue One, right?
I did like Rogue One. But
You
Rogue
guys
One
liked it way more than I did.
Rogue One. It's because it was. I mean, it was well. Rogue One was well done.
Andor looks just like Rogue One. I mean,
All right,
it basically
wow.
is Rogue One.
And
And
one
they
thing
got-
to take
is
into
a prequel,
consideration
Devo?
too is like, so the Rogue Squadron movie going to be done by Patty Jenkins, who did Wonder Woman, which was awesome. One thing
Woman
that's
was
really
pretty good,
that's really like that I'm happy for is in her sizzle reel, she talked about how her dad was an Air Force pilot, how he lost his life in the line of duty, how like the Air Force was huge in her upbringing, and she's always wanted to tell a fighter pilot story. And now she has an opportunity to combine that with Star Wars. So I feel like that movie is going to be in good hands. And again, that's one movie. Andor is going to be a limited series. Obi-Wan's a limited series. Ahsoka, I'm assuming, is going to be a limited series.
I think they said it was, yeah.
Yeah. The Rangers of the New Republic is going to be a limited series because those two are going to I think all come to a head with the Mandalorian and all end at the same time. So what's nice is that there might be a lot going on, but I don't think they're going to have everything going on at the same time. And even then, it's not like you're going to have this, like the Mandalorian, for however long they want to keep Din going, he can go on forever. But it's not like that's going to go on forever, and this is going to go on forever, and that's going to go on forever. It's like these things have a shelf life.
Let's just say this. I don't really have much faith in Disney at all. At all. I know you guys have a little more optimistic with Disney. I'm assuming. I have no... I mean, like, again, Mandalorian is an exception with all the crap that Disney puts out. It's an exception. So, I'm hoping. I am a little bit hopeful with this, but we'll see what happens. I would rather be a little pessimistic and be blown away and you guys tell me I'm stupid and you're dumb and it's amazing than being like, oh yeah, it's great, and then it's like, oh, shit's crap. And you know how much I crap on stuff.
Yeah.
So let's just say, let's keep it at that.
You're the king crapper.
I am.
I don't know if you guys have anything else to say, but I have one question for
Go
you
for it.
guys that was unrelated to these announcements. There was like a book that I think came out. I'm sure you read about this, Debo. Maybe not you, Gooch.
No.
But, where George Lucas said that he kind of wished that they...
Oh, I did read about that. Yeah.
Yeah, they followed his story a little bit closer, and his idea was that in the new trilogy, the sequel trilogy they call it,
Yeah.
the main big bad would have been Darth Maul and not Palpatine.
Yeah.
Would you guys have preferred that more? I kind of feel like I maybe would not have preferred that. I kind of preferred the Palpatine.
For me, for the sequels, I think the big pitfall with the sequels is whatever happened with The Last Jedi. Like The Force Awakens was basically an echo of A New Hope, and that was really a vehicle to get people really excited for Star Wars again, and it worked. And then something happened. The wheels came off the fucking car, and The Last Jedi happened, and then J.J. Abrams had to come back and do everything he could to salvage everything into The Rise of Skywalker. With that said, when you look at The Rise of Skywalker, there's still a lot of greatest hits of Star Wars in there. So, I'm fine with Palpatine trying to be this ultimate evil bad guy, but I almost feel like we should have known about that since the beginning and not build up this Snoke guy and not build up this, Kylo Ren character, only to have him turn to the light side, which that whole ending scene with Kylo Ren or Ben Solo, whatever, I thought was very interesting and a lot of fun. But, one of the things that made the classic trilogy so awesome is you had this super powerful bad guy in Darth Vader, and he was always the menace. He was always the person that was holding all the good guys down. And then in the last episode, you find out he answers to somebody.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was finding out that this incredibly strong person was a puppet just to someone that's even stronger. And ultimately, like Diva was, I'm sure Diva was alluding to that in Return of the Jedi, that this person that, that was obviously a damaged individual, he figured out, was like, you know what, it's better to end my own life and this whatever this is, the person that turned me against who I was, and it killed him, and it was that was the ultimate redemption type ending to this whole story. And I don't feel that you got that out of the new trilogy, because Rey was always going to be the savior of everything. Because ultimately, in the first one, Luke wasn't the savior. It was ultimately Darth Vader.
Yeah,
Darth Vader did this. Darth Vader killed it. Darth Vader did. He realized that what was happening to him, or what happened to him, was evil, and he ended the circle. The circle was complete, but not with Luke, but with Darth Vader.
Yeah,
and
he was. In the end, he was the chosen one to bring.
He was a chosen. He brought the balance of the Force. And in the other one, you always knew that Rey was going to be the ultimate light for the universe type thing, and it was cheap.
What about Darth Maul, Gooch? Would you have preferred it be Darth Maul, or you were happy with Palpatine?
But my problem was with Darth Maul was, like, how could they have done it even after what was in the first movie? I mean,
they
show at the end of Solo.
I'm assuming it would have continued on from what happened in the Clone Wars, and that was like he was filled with so much hatred that he willed himself to life and built his giant spider legs.
And that's fine, but I mean, even in the first movie, they were kind of alluding to, Rey being this, like, ultimate Force user, where she could control a lightsaber at the very end, like with this, just like her emotions, and like just be able to control it. Even Luke couldn't do that. No one could do that. No one could control the lightsaber right from the very beginning, and she did it. So I don't know what the original story was. I agree with you, Clint. It could have been an incredible story, but from what we got in what was Force Awakens, what we got from there, I don't think it could have led anywhere else to where it would led, because with Darth Maul, it would have had to go on a totally different way. And I think it could have worked with what Diva was saying, because he was already in. He was. I mean, I don't know how he could have forced half his body to come back.
Oh,
but
he's all robot now.
He was all robot. Exactly. He could have been like robot either from down. It would have to have been from down, from like half his body would have been robot. And that's fine.
They showed him in Solo at the end.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know. I think it would have been interesting. I think it would have been more interesting because it wouldn't have been this whole Luke Skywalker Palpatine type storyline. It would have been another strong Force user coming into this, the Skywalker storyline, which would have been the Maul bloodline.
Yeah,
and I think it would have been more interesting. I agree, but with what they give us in Force Awakens, it was a nostalgia-driven movie, ultimately ending in a lackluster, although slightly interesting ending. That's what I say.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So that's it. We got one more episode to go. We can
looking
talk a
forward
little
to
bit
it.
more about what's going to happen with fantasy TV in the off season. I think maybe either next episode or we could have another kind of like filler episode to explain, like what's going to be related to this next series. But next week will be the final Mandalorian episode for this season. And then after that, we're going to be focusing on WandaVision.
Oh my God, I'm so out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's gonna be crazy.
So I've already got some thoughts
Oh,
and some
man.
ideas.
You know
brewing in my
what?
head, so.
That's be so out there.
So we'll see. So until then, follow us on Instagram at W2SPod. Any final words, gentlemen?
YouTube, baby. Hit us up on YouTube.
Everywhere.
Welcome to the show.
Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. You hate us? Fucking just keep sending us shit. Fuck it.
Do it. So until next week, thank Ferrick.
I'll see you guys later.